welcome back to another Talking Tarkov. I'm the Ear Leg Athlete here with.
Hey Dizzle.
Today we're going to talk about the future of PvE Tarkov, specifically what happens after release when Nikita gives everybody the go ahead to release mods and start modding the single player Tarkov experience. So essentially, you're going to get the same PvE experience that you get now, just heavily moddable. Graphic overhauls, performance overhauls, AI overhauls. I mean, the list is absolutely
Weapon.
massive. Yeah,
Yeah.
weapons. I keep wanting to use the word servers, but I know that's not necessarily the word to use in this situation.
Right,
But
right, right.
essentially, you're going to get the ability to change your Tarkov to a point that I would say it's almost unrecognizable. Obviously, you're still going to have the look of Tarkov, which I mean, how deep can these mods really go?
Um, that kind of depends on what Nikita allows. This is what I imagine. I imagine when he allows it, I imagine it's gonna be a separate launcher. You'll probably have to download 2 sets of the game. I imagine you'll have an unmodded game and a modded game. Um, that's my guess, but I'm thinking they'll have, like, either a dedicated, launcher or something that has, like, the mod files within it. You go there to pick what mods you want. If that's the way
Similar to how Daisy runs it.
Right, if that's the way they do it, I would imagine if it's all separated, he'll probably let the modders go crazy. Um, and if that's the case, then they can pretty much tweak anything and everything. I would expect a lot of just looks, enhancements, a lot of the graphics will probably be updated and just, a lot of graphical features added throughout modding, you know what I mean? Things that modders can do. Probably not a lot of new stuff, but probably just enhancing what's already there.
Yeah, I've just a little bit of looking into it. I have done. There's anything and everything from changing the lighting to the style of the trees to the way the grass and shaders look and everything. Like it goes pretty in depth for sure. It's pretty. I guess interesting is the word I want to use here. The amount of stuff that modders are able to go in and add after the fact. Like SPT has insane amount of new guns, ammo types, animations.
Just for the record, real quick, when we say SPT, we're referring to the mod package for Tarkov that's called Single Player Tarkov. It's not endorsed by the devs. They do not want you playing it. If you do download it and then you accidentally log into your Tarkov, they will ban you. It is a bannable offense. It is 100% messing with the game files. There's 100% cheats, hacks that are built into some of the mods. You cannot run that and also play Tarkov. You have to play it offline. It's play at your own risk, but just so you know, that's what we're talking about when we say SPT.
I'm not real big into mods too much. Never learned anything too heavy into them. I did get into a little bit of Skyrim stuff, but that was just goofing around and things.
You mod your magic cards.
I do mod my magic cards pretty frequently. I draw on them.
Okay, then.
I pee on them sometimes. But no, I
See?
mean they add all these new animations for the guns, new ammo types, new weapons, new gear, outfits, clothing, skin, collar option or not clothing. Or yeah, clothing, collar options, uh helmet skins, I assume, gun skins, like different things you can do, just all kinds of options.
Yeah.
But then they also are able to add in things like the heli crashes, visceral bodies, all these things. Is how is it less taxing to add so many of those smaller assets?
In reality, it's increasingly taxing no matter what they do. When you run the game locally, which means basically you're downloading an instance of the map and you're running it off of your SSD instead of off of a server. All the information, all the CPU, everything is getting information directly from the hard drive. And what that does is it makes it where you're doing all the heavy lifting. You don't have the servers that BSG are providing to do most of the AI, most of the server just basically you're just by yourself. That causes it to run really bad. You're talking some maps, even with like systems like we have, you're talking like probably 30 to 60 FPS a lot of the times. And then a lot of the mods, they drag it down even more. The most popular thing is probably going to be like performance increasing mods,
Right.
because if you're going to download a few mods, your game's going to tank, and you're going to be looking for a way to increase the FPS. One of the
Yeah, that was going to be
biggest
my follow up question
let's
was, do the performance enhancing and graphic enhancing mods help bring down some of that tax from all those assets you've added in.
Right, and yes, there are some that will do that. Like I said, a lot of times they'll offset it by taking something out. They'll
Right.
find something else that,
Remove excess trees, bushes,
right.
scabs here and
Anything that
there.
they can to take the because basically Tarkov's it's CPU limited. It's a CPU limited
Yeah.
game. If you had a perfectly capable CPU, you could run Tarkov on a
Well,
3060 at 120 FPS
you also need the
like no
RAM for it
problem.
too.
Yeah,
That's
RAM
the
and CPU,
trouble
but I'm
I'm
saying
running into currently. But yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, right now if you have 64 gigs of RAM and, you know, a a a 3060, like I said, you would be running Tarkov if you had the best CPU available that's actually not available, but if they made one that could completely remove the overhead, Tarkov's so CPU heavy that a 3060 is strong enough to run it, like, graphically, because the graphics
Yeah,
aren't
absolutely.
out of this
They're not
world, you know
yeah,
what I
they're
mean?
not
Like,
next yeah,
that's not the heavy part of the game. The heavy part is the CPU. So it's like, basically, it's hard to improve frames because, like I said, everything stems from the CPU. And it's just the only way to increase performance is to limit things that are using the CPU, which, like you said earlier, would be like enemies, trees, anything that involves CPU power.
right.
And there's not a lot they can do, but there's going to be obviously new things that I think are tried once people have full access, to and once it's legal, there's going to be new people since Battle State's not trying to ban people anymore. There's going to be new
Right.
people
Yeah,
hopping into
that's
the modding scene
people that have
that
been doing it
probably
for a
have better
while on
ways.
other games and
Right.
yeah.
I think
Um,
the biggest thing that's going to be added if BSG doesn't add it themselves before then is going to be frame generation. That's such a good technology for games like this.
right. It really is.
It's like, yeah, it's incredibly useful when you're sitting at 60 FPS. You could take an option that says frame generation, and now you're running at 120. It's not perfect, but it's way better than anything else that's available
For
for
sure.
increasing performance, and I imagine modders will add both versions, the AMD and the NVIDIA version, if, BSG doesn't do that before then.
What kind of mods would you
What
look
would I be
for in your Tarkov experience? Yeah, like
well, when I have played, SPT, the first things I would do, I would download, the AI mods, like the Sane mod, which is like an AI overhaul, and it
yeah,
makes,
changes their
like, the
logic and the way they
yeah,
run,
it
act,
makes
they
the
go to
scavs,
cover while
PMCs.
reloading and yeah,
Exactly, they play more lifelike, they play more like you're playing against, actual players. If you compare it against what we have in PvE Tarkov, like, sometimes the AI is good, but a lot of times they're
pretty mindless.
predictable.
Yeah,
Yeah, you kinda know what's going on, you know what their next move is gonna be a lot of times. Sometimes they surprise me still. Um, but with the same mod, it's not perfect either, you know what I mean? Like, it has its flaws,
well,
but
no, it's
the
all
one that I
AI and it's
played
all
right, the one that I played, they definitely improved the feeling, against the AI. You feel like you're actually fighting someone who is, like, planning their next move and using all their, anything that's, able to help them. Like, they'll use nades when they should, they'll use flashbangs when they should, they'll reload, when they should, they'll switch weapons when they should. They feel a lot more lifelike, and that was probably the biggest mod that I that's the only thing I was like, I have to have that before I start
right.
anything else. To be honest, I would mod some of the, like, gore mods where you could, like,
Yeah, like
where you could,
visceral
like
dismemberment and stuff.
yeah, you could dismember people, you could shoot, like, heads off, you could chop arms off, whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
Grenades would, like, explode a body, like,
right.
that was always a cool one. Um,
The Amon's graphics looks really good. It's just a
yeah, I never
graphical
did any of
overhaul for
the
it.
I was gonna say I never tried any of the graphical mods. I thought about them a few times, but I just never did get around to it.
Then there's
Um,
bots, so like the AI PMCs would actually be in there questing or tasking. You know what I mean? Like they're going to those loot spots to get the items you were trying to get to.
yeah,
And then there's the AI looting. So your scavs are looting up dead PMCs. PMCs are grabbing up GPUs and everything else. It makes
right.
it just helps add to that realistic feel, or not realistic, but the PvP feel to Tarkov.
Well, see, and a lot of that stuff was introduced before Tarkov had introduced their own PvE. So all that stuff they've been working on before PvE was even introduced. So they got a head start on BSG. So their systems for stuff like that I imagine are gonna be superior to BSG's version. So, when that does happen, when they do allow I don't know if they're gonna poach all the people from SPT and bring them over
It's
to
kinda what I've
BSG or
expected that they've been doing, yeah.
yeah, I expect that is going on right now, but, either way, it's gonna be awesome because you got guys who's been doing this for years that have a lot of this figured out, and it's gonna instantly transfer over to the main game when BSG
Right.
allows it.
Yeah, which is exciting, especially knowing we're
Yeah,
getting relatively close to, 1.0.
it's gonna be exciting because when companies do that, when they allow people to actually, like, not just say mod the game, but improve the game, patch the
Right,
game, fix
right.
things. When they allow people to do that, it just increases the longevity, it increases the player base. You look at
Absolutely, yeah.
DayZ, you look at Stalker, you look at any of these games that have allowed modding, and it's like the modding communities, even to this day, are still huge. Like
Yeah,
DayZ, I think owes the modders like everything because like
yeah.
DayZ probably would have been gone and forgotten if modders
Well,
hadn't
that's the
been
thing, those guys know it
fixing things for
too.
so long. Yeah.
They
Well,
appreciate the
and
modders.
that's
They're like, "Hey, this guy made this really
yeah,
awesome map, let's get him over here." Like, he knows what the fuck
yeah,
he's doing.
DayZ did that. DayZ took one of the modders and made it their lead dev. You know what I mean? Like it makes sense
It does,
because it's
and
like
God,
it's good for both people. It's like
yeah,
the person that's modding gets a great job out of it, and the
literally what I
company
was gonna say.
gets yeah. It's just it works in favors for both people. So I expect that. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I mean, we're not gonna be seeing, DayZ style Tarkov servers or game
No,
modes, I guess,
right?
mods for the game. Stalker's big right now and
Yeah,
forever has been. I
yeah.
can definitely see some anomaly style mods making their way in, some weird
Oh yeah,
stuff going on, some
100%.
pretty cool event. I guess event style mods, like around the holiday
Yeah.
seasons, this and that comes out, just improve things.
Well, and they probably do, like just random events that happen, like basically like, like heli crashes, like we saying, or
Right.
like just random things that'll happen during a raid. You know what I mean? I can see a lot of that. Um,
Order
but
strikes
just
more
like
frequently.
yeah, anything that's ever been done can be brought back and improved. It's like I could even see,
Trenches.
eh, just like
Put me in the trenches.
missions. It's like the missions
Oh
that
yeah,
can they
absolutely
can
can be
add. You know what I
expanded by
mean?
so far. It's absurd.
Yeah, yeah. It's like it's pretty limitless as far as what can be done. Like you
There's a
said,
door
like
randomizer. It's like every time
oh,
you unlock a lab's door, the loot behind it might
oh
change, or a
yeah,
locked room or a
yeah,
marked room.
yeah.
You go hit Dorm's marked room and you're getting who knows what. Like it literally who
Right.
knows what. Like you never know. There's so many. There's just massive amounts of lists of
That's the
different
thing.
things
It's
you can
hard.
do.
Yeah, it's hard to even talk about because it's just like the possibilities do just go on and on and on. And like I
Like
want to talk about so many different things, but
buckets of stray
buckets of
dogs.
dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, greyhounds, greyhounds.
Yep. Little metal water pails with 3
Yep,
greyhounds. But
yep. Those are big.
yeah, they gotta be homeless ones, I think.
Yeah, they have to be stray.
Yeah. No, there's even things like there's one called fire support where it lets you call in, you know, a group
Yeah,
of AI PMCs to come and help you fight or whatever. There's
which
there's
is
boss
like I said,
tracking. Like it's
that's one
absurd.
thing that's built into the game is you can go pay Lightkeeper to have the rogues have your back. Like they will come help you fight. That's built into the file. So modders can take that and adjust it a little bit and make it useful for, whatever they want.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of really interesting mods that you can get into.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I think it's really gonna bring a whole new feeling to Tarkov. I think it's gonna bring a whole new player base. I think it's gonna breathe more life into it once it hits 1.0.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, think about it, dude. You're having a rough week on PvP. You're just getting shit stomped. You know? Tasks, you
Right.
can't get them done. You're failing your shit. You suck. You'll play PvE modded and got fucking Shrek fighting
Yeah.
Shrek.
Yeah.
Shrek's a fucking
Shrek
boss on
Shrek
streets,
boss.
boys.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, imagine like the weather effects too. You like snow now. Imagine when they put blizzards. Imagine when they
Oh,
put
blizzards.
insane thunderstorms, tornadoes. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that's all
hurricanes and
possible.
shit, tsunamis, just like
Yeah.
crazy fucking weather conditions. Floods.
And
They could add floods and completely change the dynamics of a map just by adding some flooded
exactly.
areas. Like it's
Yeah,
crazy.
have
The
like a
things you
flooded
can do
version
is so absurd.
pre-game, like it just floods.
Think about all the
Um,
bunkers and little secret objectives and dumb shit they're gonna add, just like fun little
think about the
things.
audio. The audio
I
that can be added,
what
the audio
audio?
that can be
What?
changed.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
That
people are
you
gonna put in
rain?
all new sounds, all new rain. Yeah, like, all that stuff can be done, and it's gonna be awesome. Because a lot of people complain about the audio, someone could make pretty much a whole new audio system and, put it how everyone says it should be. Everyone that says, like, the audio's been wrong for so long, well, now they can fix it.
They can fix it. You can make the audio that you think
Yeah,
is perfect, and we can test
exactly.
it, and then we can start
Yeah,
reviewing your mods.
yeah. And that's the other thing, is, like, it's just it's a good thing for everybody. Because even if you're not interested in mods and whatnot, if somebody makes something that surpasses BSG's version, I'm sure BSG would be okay with implementing it in game.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
I
I
could
don't see
see
why they
that
wouldn't.
happening.
Yeah,
Yeah, they just, I'm sure, want the game to be better,
mod
especially at that
makers,
point.
dust off them skills, get it ready. You're looking
Yeah,
for work. They're looking
at
to
that
fix their
point when
shit.
Tarkov's considered done, BSG is gonna be a lot more open, I would imagine, to things like that.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. I think we covered enough to say, mods are pretty awesome. I think we all enjoy them. I think we're all somewhat excited to see what you can end up doing in PVE modded Tarkov.
Yeah, and just to anyone who's listening, anybody who's not sure or kinda on the fence, um, just go to the YouTubes and watch some SPT, footage on, like, some of their mods and some of the things they have, and just watch it, look at it, and, learn some more about it, and I think you'll be pretty intrigued by what you can do.
They can add tanks to the game. You could have to deal with
Yeah,
tanks with
yeah.
mines and rockets and shit. It
Well, that's
really
the
is
other thing.
endless.
None of this stuff is anything that if someone doesn't wanna deal with any of this, you don't have to.
No,
This
yeah,
is
these are just
all
options.
preference.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
this
can
this is
just
all
take
whatever you want.
the Tarkov PVE modded experience. You can say, you know what? I just want a performance upgrade, I want a graphics upgrade, and I want the
There
AI
you go.
upgraded. That's that, and you get
There
the
you go.
same exact Tarkov experience, all the same tasks, feels more like PvP, looks and plays better.
Yep.
Or even less. I just want it to run better. Perfect. That's
Yeah.
it. Like it you can go as little or as far into this as you want to go, and that's what makes it really exciting. Is
Right.
because one, the modding community is amazing. They blow my mind with stuff they create.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
awesome
They
to
really
see.
are.
Um,
A lot of modders are would-be developers anyways, or they are developers, so it's like it's pretty much just a fresh set of eyes,
at the game files, yeah.
touching up whatever you want touched up in the files, that's pretty much all it is. And a lot of times it's people who they love doing it, it's what they do, it's like their passion, so it's like they don't mind doing it for free. They don't mind just sitting back and
It's
making
all
a
about
couple
just seeing what
mods.
it becomes, yeah.
Exactly, that's what they get enjoyment out of. It all boils down to, like, this is just another step towards Tarkov being relevant for years and years to come, because you can always count on modders to pretty much do anything and everything that's popular. Like, when something
Right.
else happens somewhere else and this becomes popular, there'll be a mod for it in Tarkov. Like,
Yeah.
that's what it's going to do. It's going to make it where there's always going to be the new stuff in Tarkov. Even when the devs are long gone, not doing anything, Tarkov will still be getting it. That's
Yeah,
what's awesome
absolutely.
about it.
Yeah. I think that sums it up well.
All right, I hate
I
you.
think
I'm
that's
out
a
of
good
here.
point. Yeah.
Bye.
Um so yeah, let us know what some of your favorite mods from SPT are if you have some, or let us know what you are looking forward to seeing.
Yeah, let us know if you have any disagreements with that decision, like if you don't think it should be there and the reasons why.
Red Baron, hit us up. Leave a message at the tone.